Okay, so I'm going to be going over my bash script that I made through the TCM securities course. So, and then I'll show a little bit of my notes. So, first thing, I'll just do a quick run through is we have in the Python directory. So, I'll move into the Python directory. Whoops. Okay, so the typing is a little laggy right now, and it usually stays that way. But now I'm in the Python directory, and then you can see I have the IP sweep.sh, or okay, so I have three files in here, and so IP .sh is the actual script. So I'll show you if I don't add my IP address. Let's see. Okay, so no, yeah, right here it's saying I should add my IP address. If I don't add my IP address, it'll say you forgot an IP address, and here's the correct syntax that I should put in. So if I do put that in, 192.168.52, there you go. It uh prints out these other IP addresses, and then it stores it into uh ips.txt. So if I open ips.txt, it'll show these IP addresses. So you run this command, it stores it in the IPS text file, and then I can also open these files. So I'll open the one that I just showcased, ips.txt. Whoop. Okay, so yeah, this one doesn't have any code or anything. It's just like it prints right here. It just prints the IP addresses that I got from running the IP sweep command. So now I can mouse pad the IP sweep file. Oh, whoops, I forgot pad. Whoops. It's hard using the terminal right now because it's laggy. So I click a key, and then a few seconds later it'll do it. So right now I'm hitting backspace right now, but give it a second. Okay, there we go. So mouse pad IP sweep sh should be good. Okay. Yeah, and now I'm in mousepad, which is just a text editor, and I can see all the code. So I have my if statement and then my else statement where you need to put in your IP address, and if I don't, then it's going to print you forgot the IP address like I showed earlier. Where is it? Right here. I didn't put the IP address after the SH, and it prints out you forgot an IP address. And then it prints out the correct syntax. Otherwise, it's going to store it in, uh, or I stored it into the ips.txt. And then I'll show you my notes because there was a lot more behind this, like using simple commands and whatnot. So let's see. Alright, here's my notes. So my notes are it's all TCM notes, but it's not organized by section. I took everything from all the sections and organized them by categories. So instead of saying subnetting part 1 and putting these subnetting notes under a section called subnetting, I just made a subnetting section and I put everything from every section ever in the subnetting. So here's IP address basics, which is what we've hit so far. Uh, I'm about not that far in, so yeah, about 10%, and most of it's been IP addresses. So I have all the basics, and I'll make it smaller. Okay, there we go. So, uh, we used less. We didn't really use any of this information, and we didn't really use the MAC addresses in our bash scripting. Uh, but definitely the Linux terminal. So these show me the permissions on everything. So when I look at these files that I was showing, I can see what permission access people have to the file, and then I also have all of the commands, and I only put commands that I would use over and over again. I didn't put very specific commands, like here's one command that I probably wouldn't put in here. For IP and ips.txt do nmap. That's very uh like I would put the uh I guess like the skeleton of this so that I could reuse that, but I didn't put anything specific in there. I put what I'm going to use and what I find myself reusing over and over again. So basic commands right here, and then I have a few more over here that I'm gonna organize a little bit more, and then some of this stuff aren't necessarily commands. It's just what they do. So then I also have installing and updating packages and a bunch of other little stuff. So here's subnetting, and I have my links to resources. This one's a Google sheet that we used for learning about subnetting. Here's guides if I want to learn about any of that. And then I have the section in TCM that brings me straight to the subnetting. So, MAC addresses, here's the video section. So that's my notes, and that was my bash script and the Kali Linux terminal, using several different commands and IP addresses.